Oh no!
No!
Ring! I want that title on my goddamn shoulder.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another reaction to the Schmoedown right here on Dedicated to Art. I'm as usual your host, Kees Cornelissen, joined by the usual panel, Chris Doman, Nico Rigoli, for a reaction to, the long-awaited reveal, as I would say, Stacy and her mysterious partner, and they face Late to the Party, who actually haven't had a match in a while. They might be a little rusty, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm just hoping for a good match. I'm in a good mood. I'm drinking because my team won. We're in the Champions League final. I know that no one in the U.S. will give a shit, but I give a shit, so that's why I mentioned
John
it.
Roca gives a shit.
Yes, and he's probably very happy because
they're
he
his
also
team.
roots for Liverpool. Yes, and that's very good. Anyway, Chris, what are you expecting about this match today?
It's really going to depend on who Stacy's teammate is. Because, as you said, and as I don't want to admit to, the last match that Late to the Party were in, they kind of got the crap knocked out of them by Wolves of Steel. But notice that I said Wolves of Steel.
Yeah, the previous Clark Wolf team.
Mm-hmm. And that was well over a year ago. That was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So, look, Rob, Vanessa, please pull through. Just like you've been doing great in your reaction videos lately. Just please keep that going today.
Well, I know they're both very knowledgeable and they can play the game well, and that's probably because of the fact that they react to everything. They know how to play the game. So I'm sure they'll put up a good performance. It just, as you said, probably really depends on Stacy's partner. Anyway, Nico, what's up? What are your expectations?
The festivities of my 24th birthday continue because I get a present, and we finally figured out who Stacy's partner is, and that's what I'm going to focus on here for this preview. I've gone back and forth in so many different theories as to who the partner could be. At one point, I thought, Eric Zipper, because they pulled him away from Winston, so that seems like maybe they think he's a worthy asset to Stacy. But then they shut him out completely and made him look like a dumbass. Then the last week, I thought to myself, what if it's Sam Levine? He's been teasing a bit of a comeback, and granted, he wouldn't be in the league that he commissioned, so I feel like it would be okay in that regard. But then I saw, just a few hours before we taped this, I saw the title of this video, Crimson Fury versus Late to the Party. Now, obviously, Stacy has red hair, so that could be considered the Crimson equation. But then I thought to myself, who is known in this space for having once been called the Red Fury? Alicia Malone, who we have not seen in a damn long time, but damn it, it would be
5 years.
That would explain why so many people are like, oh, every time Stacy would whisper into their ear, here's who we're bringing in. Alicia Malone is a film savant. She knows so much. Whether or not she's been able to translate it into a trivia setting, hard to say because she only really had
one showing.
She only had one showing, and that showing got botched by Scott Mance's math skills. So if it does end up being
twice.
Her,
she played in the singles and a team tournament. I believe in the singles tournament she faced Riley. So, and then in teams with Mance, they faced I believe Elliot Dewberry and
as I just said, Haber, Scott Mance's betting screwed them over in the end.
Yeah.
So it's been 5 years. There's a lot of room for improvement in that time, especially without the pressure of competing. You're still just maintaining that knowledge and obtaining more knowledge simply for the fun of it, because you want to know that stuff for the sake of knowing that stuff. Put her back in a competition setting, who knows what kind of damage she can do. Again, I'm just going based off of the name of this team, based on the title.
Yeah,
here.
That's true.
And you know what? That's a fair point. But I will say that at least in the showings of Alicia that I've seen in trivia, it's not necessarily her strong thing. Her strong thing is more conversation about film because she is great on movie fights.
Yes.
You know, she even took down Dan once there, if I recall correctly. So I don't know if it is her. Will she show that maybe she's been doing a little studying and outside being awesome at Oscars red carpets, which oh my God, I saw her this year there and I'm just like, but yeah.
Well, anyway, I think speculation can only go get us so far. We're just about to find out, so we're gonna press play on this video in 3, 2, 1, play.
I always liked you, Nebula, but man, you're so good in Endgame. You got so much to do.
She's so good.
Character arc.
She
I
is.
love a character that just like really, starts in one place and evolves and grows into something. Hello?
Who is she talking to?
Oh, hi, Sam. Hi. What's up?
Oh,
Did you
boy.
Find a discount on a new place for us to order lunch from?
No, I wanted to talk to you actually about our conversation that we had before. It's
I could see Sam being a Groupon guy.
Take a more active approach to my commissionership.
Oh, great. I mean, you've been showing up, so that's a great first step.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, they took away my phone, but that's another story. No, I wanted to talk to you actually about what I think I'm going to do with Chance. Because he's really been talking about how he wants to do more, singles matches.
Yes, everybody in corruption is very good at talking.
Yeah, and he's ranked number 19.
Indeed.
In singles, so I was going over the list and thinking like, all right, well, who's got a similar ranking to him, who has a similar record.
That's what I do for Teams and Intergeekdom. I look at who we have that's active on our roster, where they're ranked, and kind of match people up that way. So yeah, great, good job.
So here's the thing, though, he's ranked number 19, and I was thinking he should play number 18, and that just so happens to be you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Emma is very dead.
I'm not really playing right now. I'm kind of focusing on my other stuff. I guess I never officially said I was retired.
You definitely did not retire, because I'm focused just on the singles, and when I'm looking at all the players in singles, I think of them as either retired or not retired. Those are really the only two headings I've got, and you're definitely in the not retired column. So
I guess I'm playing Chance.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
All right, I'll see you at the top.
Oh, Emma is so screwed.
Okay, wait. I now realize where they're going with this. They're doing the Eric Bischoff, Stephanie McMahon angle here. They're battling two commissioners.
Yes, they are.
Oh. Interesting.
Trying to prove who can run their league better than the other. Oh.
Yes! Wayne's World! Wayne's World! Ooh.
Chris, get your guitar.
I'm Chris Harloff, your chairman. By the one and only Baby Carrots, Mark Ellis.
You only had to tell the same one, say it once.
To be back with you again in my senior Letterman's jacket. I got this for basketball, track and field, baseball, football, and of course, cross country. It looks good, man. It does look really good on
All
you.
kinds of ball.
And although I do want to talk about your wardrobe, we can't anymore.
Ask me any questions you have.
No, thank you. This is all about this team match because for months, we have been wondering what does corruption have up their sleeves? Grace and Ken, they've been teasing.
What don't they have up their sleeves is a better question.
Partner, this person of Stacey Howard, the reason
Belts?
she left Jay Washington and Janine in the first place
shit.
is going to
He went
be
there.
revealed
Ow.
today.
Case, I love you.
Look, I really like
Not just
corruption
from
as a
all
faction,
the
but yeah, no belts.
Standpoint that corruption is known for, but the fact that we get to watch
But a
them
lot
to
of
the
leather
party
jackets
like
and
that. I mean,
hats.
They are so much fun to watch.
And
They come out,
shades.
they have
Don't
great
forget the
information.
shades.
They know a whole lot about movies, and they started out
Actually-
from Arizona, slinging IPAs, answering questions right to their television set, and look at them
Actually, that
now.
reminds
They're
me.
here in Hollywood.
That's right. Well, that's absolutely.
More accurately, so they're over the hill from Hollywood.
It's
And
super
they've
dark
become
in this room.
darlings.
I'm not
Remember,
putting
you
on
put people like
sunglasses.
Chance Ellison and Paul Oyama and the people who have been fans, Kevin Smets, who've been fans and then come over to the league. people tend to forget that late to the party were the first.
All right.
They were the first ones to do it and come on.
I will be the odd man
and
out.
They have become beloved by the audience. You go to the free for all and they're taking pictures. With
To be fair, this honestly helps me because there is a light shining right at me.
When
So.
Grace had walked up to Emma, who is the commissioner of teams, and intergeeked them, and Emma had the sheet of the roster and said, okay, here are the teams that you can pick from. Who do you want? And Grace says, we want late to the party. And hence, we've got a late to the party match with Crimson Fury. And late to the party, you don't sleep on. Remember what they did in the first round of the team tournament 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, they can play ball.
They took Critically Acclaimed out.
Critically Acclaimed got critically panned.
They took out Critically Acclaimed, and Robert Vanessa know their stuff.
You know, Christian, late to the party, they give performances.
I remember that reaction like it was yesterday.
Playing football, fading back to pass.
Yep.
Looking down the field at who I was going to throw to.
God damn it,
said,
Ellis.
You know what? I think I'm going all the way. So I picked it up. I scrambled around. I ran 90 yards for a touchdown.
Ellis, stop with the sports references.
It's going to go on the whole match. It's just this bit.
Okay, that's hypocritical of me. I made a sports reference.
We're going to go to the pre-interviews to hear from all of our competitors. Here we go.
What great partner have I had? I have a new family. I found a place. Now, dream, obviously, is that you guys become champions, you get the belts. Then me and my new partner, then we get the belts. Okay? And keep it all in the family.
I just gotta know, who is it? Oh.
I mean, we're still obviously left in the dark right now about who your partner's going to be.
I would love to know who Stacy's new partner is going to be. If you're going to tell me who it is.
Oh, no. No. But we would like a match.
Let's go with these guys. Late to the party?
Yeah, late to the party.
Can we do a reaction to their reaction of this match?
People should be shaking in
We
their
should.
boots for the new person that's coming into my partnership, because me and that person.
Then they can do a
we're doing
reaction
some
to our
crazy
reaction
stuff
to their
together,
reaction
okay?
to
Get
the
ready.
match. And
I gotta hand it to
Reactionception,
Corruption,
baby. You
but,
gotta love it.
You know, they like to keep you guessing.
There are tons of fans.
Yeah, they can
that are
react
so
to our
invested in
reaction
the Schmoedown,
of us
they begin to
reacting
react
to
the videos. I
their
was really
reaction
impressed
of.
by late to the party.
It's exciting though, it's fun. Be a part of something again. It's been a while.
Except, who's gonna grab a guitar
We
to...
are here to
Oh,
party,
nice.
and yeah, we happen to be a little late. It's been quite some time since you've seen us in the Schmoedown.
Yeah, but we're back and we're ready to roll.
So looks like I'm gonna play.
One of those
not
boys-
invite to the party.
I know what they're doing. I realize what they're
Today.
doing. But
And finally, it seems.
I think that's the only time they worked on that impression.
It's about time she did something right.
We are here to take on whoever they give us, but we know that it's Stacy, and we don't know who Stacy has chosen. We have been following it from our basement in Aurora, Illinois. First off, it could be our good pal Benjamin.
Or maybe Bobby.
Or maybe that devilishly handsome Ken Knapsack.
Sure.
Your little skits are great. I love Wayne and Garth too,
This
man.
is great.
I bet you probably think I'm Noah from Noah's Arcade. Remember that reference, Mike? Remember when we were 40?
It's like
Remember?
people wear black.
Remember when we were 40?
That's just sad.
Garth, that was a haiku. Excellent. All right.
I don't think
love
Mike
your little
remembers
YouTube
that.
channel. I give it a thumbs up
I'm not
and
sure
a
how
like
old
and
he is.
subscribe. But this is the big leagues. No one's here to like you, and ain't no one subscribing to your little brand of flash in the pan.
Ouch.
Dislike.
We want to bring the party to them. We can't sit by while the fans are ignored. The fans need to rise up and join the Schmoedown. I'm getting myself hyped up here.
We're not
Sorry,
faces.
what?
We're not heels. We're late to the party.
Game on.
Game on.
We, of course, sat down with Stacey and said, this is your moment.
They are
And,
so
Mike, I think
adorably
you would
fun.
agree, we found a perfect partner.
Adorable.
You could say that. Absolutely.
That's right.
By the way, considering they're Wayne's World, are they gonna come out to Bohemian
So
Rhapsody?
there I am. I have two.
Please.
So
we didn't get all
That would be so awesome.
We didn't get all the competitors,
Considering
but we
I
got some of the
I know how to
competitors.
play a little bit of that
Stacey,
song
Corruption,
on guitar.
I didn't think they were going to let us know right
Depends
away.
on what part.
Hopefully, we find
Yeah,
out soon.
yeah,
And
that
now
that
when
guitar
we
solo,
find out the
I'm
tale
still
of the
working
tape,
on
we
it.
know that
Ooh,
the
Smith
party
this
are, whether it's
this
Disney
Friday.
movies, comic book movies, dressing up and putting on a big
Okay.
entrance. We know that's
They're
going to
put on a show, and they do love them some mouse.
Crimson Fury, I mean, Tail of the tape, I really don't know. Strengths, I guess you could say musicals and rom-coms and perhaps 80s movies if you look at some of the stuff that Stacey and really good guessing. But I don't know.
Do we have a guess?
I don't know who her partner is. I can't tell you what the strength is of the partner. So that's about it. We just know that corruption, once again, probably has something up their sleeve.
I'll say Scorsese movies.
Sure.
I'll say the partner loves Scorsese. Big Scorsese honk.
All right, well, if that
Well, then it's definitely not me.
Why don't we get going?
It's
That's
like I'm at the
you,
starting
G.
line
Thank you.
when I was running track and field.
You did warn us ahead of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Yeah! Wow. Ugh.
Introducing
Voice ain't quite in it today.
representing all of Arizona with a record of 1 win, 2 defeats. Give it up for
Of course, go with the song that I don't know how to play on guitar. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Ooh.
A lot of people.
Nice.
What just nice giving people. They just put smiles on your faces. You want to see it, and now they are going to be here to put up a fight. They're not here to lay down. They're here to fight and to kick butt and embarrass whoever Stacey's new partner will be, I'm sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, and their opponents. Led to the ring by their managers. And that's
So lame.
and Grace Hancock and the Chance Ellison. Give it up for Stacey Howard. Christian Fury.
All right, here we go. Big moment.
Yeah.
You see Grace Hancock, you see Chance Ellison. Yeah. So
I got you guys a gun rack.
So we have Stacey and look at Stacey is there
Oh.
with Grace and
Who's behind the curtain?
and Vanessa. All right, and now Ken and
Ken.
Grace are now
they're exiting. So,
okay. Stacey, we unless you're doing a handicap match.
No handicap match. You know, guys, I've been looking for a quality partner for a really long time. Someone who is a championship level. Someone who's
Luna's
a
very
real
excited.
beast of a competitor.
Oh.
All right, ladies
How?
and gentlemen, we are
Huh?
waiting
How?
for Stacey Howard. I know that music.
sounds very familiar. Could it be?
We're waiting.
What?
What?
Huh?
There's Ken. Oh, they're flanking him. They're flanking him. They're flanking him.
Who is this?
They're
Now
flanking
it's a
him.
party.
Yeah, now it's a party.
Who do we have? Who do we have? Ladies and gentlemen, this person. No!
Tim? What?
At 2, Bruton?
Ah!
Is the mystery man. Tim Franco is the mystery man.
Shock. They are yelling. They are screaming. They have fallen silent. Some combination of the three. Wow. Does appear to be Stacey Howard.
Late to the party's in trouble.
We haven't seen Tim the Tank
Hey, Timmy,
since season
Yeah,
number
because,
4 when he TKO'd
you
Matt.
had-
Actually, he has been out of commission.
Tim's
here he is
good.
going up against his friends, I guess.
This feels dirty.
Look at this. They are looking at him and look. Wow. And now, unbelievable here. Any words from late to the party here at all?
We know it's been a while since you've been in the Schmoedown, so if you get a little nervous,
If you're gonna spew in the dish.
hello, Judas.
Oh, they
You
call
know,
it
instead
Judas.
of making jokes, you know, I'm concerned about making sure this match isn't a repeat of the Wolves of Steel.
Oh!
Damn.
Look at that.
Ow!
Right.
Ow!
Shock
Now it's a
and
party.
ready. ready. Now it is a party. All right, here we go between Crimson Fury and Lane's
party.
this match.
Oh shit!
That was so out of left field.
Regulations and guidelines.
That was awesome.
Nope, nobody called that.
That was
It is a
worth
team
the
match.
wait.
That was
Which
great.
means that round number 1, 8 questions going to be asked to the field. Teammates may not team up.
Nico, are you crying?
Find your knowledge. This is an individual exercise.
I'm
Each point that you accrue will be
processing
added
a lot
to
of
the team's
information,
total.
just trying to think
Each
like,
question's worth 1 point.
did
There's no
Rob and
penalty for
Vanessa
each
know
person
anything
who's
about
standing
this up
in
until
round
when
number
they
one.
got
We'll
to
ask the
that
question to the field.
building?
No.
15 seconds to write down your
There's
best
no way.
answer on the whiteboard in front
Oh
of you.
my
We'll
God.
ask you by your
That
individual name to give your answer.
God damn.
Wrote down to your camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into the microphone. Each team.
And if it all looks like I'm crying, that's again the allergies.
I know it's the allergies. I'm
Match,
giving
if you're
you
not sure
crap.
heard a question correctly, you want to repeat it, or you just want to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule, and each team collectively has one challenge to be issued at any point throughout the duration of the match.
All right, with that, we start late to the party. Are you ready?
Party on, Christian.
Party on, Mark.
And with that, we ask Crimson Fury, are you ready?
We ready?
Then let's get ready,
Get ready to
Schmoedown.
Woo! Ding.
Question 1, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, in the realm of action-adventure, Paula Patton and Michael Nyquist co-starred in which Mission Impossible film?
Need the title here. Can't just accept the number. Okay. Write out that title. Sometimes we'll take just the number. That day is not today. 5, 4.
I think this is it.
3.
I'm not sure.
2.
Me neither.
Stacy?
Ghost
Protocol?
Ghost Protocol?
Correct.
Damn
I,
it.
holy shit, I got it.
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
And Vanessa?
Ghost Protocol.
There we go. Tie game.
That was a total guess.
You wonder also if the fact that
Yeah, it was
Tim
a guess
did
for me as
jump
well
in
because
there,
I
that's
have
gonna
no idea
light
who
up
these
lights up
people
a
are.
little bit more.
A little Ghost Protocol of his own, going rogue like Ethan Hunt.
Next one.
Next question.
Plus, I'm
comes
not the
from
biggest
world
fan of
romantic
Ghost Protocol.
comedies. And your task, name one of the 2 lead actresses in the 2003 rom-com film Under the Tuscan Sun, directed by Audrey Wells. My mom loved this book. Like, great. Yeah. This is her Avengers
My
Endgame.
mom or you?
I was a big fan as well.
4, 3, 2, 1. Robert.
Diane Keaton.
Diane Lane?
Yes.
Diane Lane.
Yep. Vanessa?
Diane Lane.
And
Oh, no.
Stacy?
Diane Lane.
4, 4.
Also would have accepted Sandra Oh.
Damn it! Ah.
Oof.
All right, this match is also this next category, dramas.
I like what you did there.
Dramas. What 2010 coming-of-age biopic stars Kristen Stewart and Dakota Fanning as 70s rockers, Joan Jett and Sherry Curry?
I love this movie.
Okay,
Michael
I
Shannon
don't know the
is so
title
great.
of this movie, but this sounds like a movie I want to watch.
You
so
want to watch
please-
this?
I wasn't mad. I was smiling.
Please send me the title when we're done.
Now 4.
Repeat the question.
Or you can send it to me right now.
Repeat.
2010 coming-of-age biopic stars Kristen Stewart and Dakota Fanning as 70s rockers, Joan Jett and Sherry Curry.
You want to get dirty? Name me another Led Zeppelin
I
song.
need you to just be quiet.
I'll just take a guess here.
Accepted rock and roll.
I think this is the name
I
of
won't.
the play, but let's just see what happens.
Not to be confused with a Marvel TV show of the same name.
1. Pens down,
Oh,
please, Tim.
I had Rock of Ages.
Runaways?
Yes.
The Runaways.
Nope.
Ah.
Stacey?
The Runaways.
Yes, and Robert.
Gem and the Holograms.
Oh, wow.
Oh!
It was 2010. That's 2010.
Right now, the
Ooh.
Crimson Fury has a 2-point lead as we get to our next question.
And that is in the world of family films. Family films, your question. Who plays Calvin, the 14-year-old orphan turned NBA star in the film
Yep.
Like Mike?
These questions are just not
Mike
in my
obviously
wheelhouse.
referring to
I actually know
Lakers
this one.
superstar Michael Cooper.
That's incorrect.
Is it?
It's Michael Anthony.
Don't get
The
him
bass player-
confused.
Hey,
I'm not. I'm not.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vanessa.
Little Bow Wow.
No.
Lil Bow Wow.
Lil Bow Wow?
Yes. Robert.
Lil
I don't
Bow
even know
Wow,
who that is.
aka Bow Wow?
Yes. And
I went way the wrong way. I said Jonathan Lipnicki.
Wow.
Stacey Howard is perfect still. Stacey Howard is perfect. And we get to our next question here, which is number 5. That is fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi.
Eight.
What is the subtitle of the third How to Train Your Dragon film? Which is a fantasy.
I hate this marker right
I know
now,
who does the voice of the dragon? Jonathan Lipnicki.
but I will never forget this.
Very good movie.
Wonderful movie. Made me tear up like a blubbering whale.
I cried for a half hour.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat your question.
All right. I'll repeat my question. What is the subtle? That's what I asked myself in the
What is the subtle?
Subtle? What is
Subtle.
the subtitle of the third How to Train Your Dragon?
Someone needs some food.
I don't know. Was there any subtitley to that?
Oh, brother.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stacy.
The Hidden World.
The Hidden World.
I'm on the board.
The Hidden World.
That's correct. And Vanessa?
No.
No.
Nice.
Okay, so Crimson Fury.
I'm disappointed in all of them.
Well, Tim got it. Tim got it.
3-point lead. Corruption having a 3-point lead here.
But I'm disappointed in him, so.
Questions left. Your next one is in the world of comedies. Who plays the lead, Maya Vargas, in the 2018 comedy Second Act?
Nope.
Oh.
I was thinking Sister Act, the Whoopi Goldberg legendary film.
You don't give a crap about my opinions anymore, huh? All right, fine.
Well, I don't want to talk too much about this movie because
5,
we just asked a trivia question about it.
4, 3.
I was supposed to have a screening of this, and I just couldn't go. J-Lo.
Oh, shoot. I was going to go with that, and then I said Maya Rudolph.
No, and Vanessa.
Jennifer Lopez.
Yes, Stacy.
J-Lo, baby.
There you go, 9-7. But the Tank missed one there. The Tank missed one, and now it's a 2-point lead by Crimson Fury. And we get Stacy having a phenomenal game thus far. And here's our next question.
Okay, seriously, I need to buy a real eraser. There's only so much more that I can take.
The
Hold
Lament
on.
configuration box
Grab a
is
paper
featured
towel.
throughout which horror series?
All right, now the cat's out of the bag.
Oh.
Jennifer Lopez Second Act, as good as Made Manhattan?
Better.
What?
Yeah, never
Way
seen it.
better than
Never
Made
seen it.
Manhattan.
Never seen it. 5.
Way better.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pen
I don't
down.
have this
Tim.
one.
Hellraiser!
Hellraiser! I get
Woo!
Hellraiser.
Everybody got it. Still
I
2
think
points,
that-
though. This is a match. Crimson Fury up by 2 here, overlaid to the
I'd
party.
like to give a special shout out to
Oh, yeah.
Pinhead, who's watching
Thank
at
you,
home.
Mike.
Hey, Pinhead, everybody loves your movies. Your last question in the world of animated movies, drawn by hand or on a computer. And your question: in the Peanuts movie, which character fantasizes that he is a fighter pilot with a girlfriend named Fifi?
Gee, I wonder.
Feels like one of
I
Which
haven't
Peanuts
seen
character
them.
pretends to fly planes?
I haven't seen the movie, but if you've watched anything Peanuts, you should know the answer to this.
3.
Wait, is it this easy?
1, he's going to do a flyby.
Charlie Brown?
And
Snoopy.
Snoopy!
Snoopy.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Charlie.
No, Robert.
The
Red
World
Baron
War
himself,
One
yes,
ace
man.
fighter pilot.
No! Look at this!
Oh!
Okay.
It is tied up. So where they saw themselves with that 3-point lead is now a tie game, 11-11.
Took a while to get there.
11.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Party.
I beat Case.
As we get
There's 3 rounds. We're good.
to
Yeah,
the
don't
second
confuse.
round mark. How's that?
This is the wheel round, Christian, the wheel of fate, doom, and justice. Each team is going to have one spin at that thar wheel. Each wheel category contains 6
That
questions
thar.
of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how.
That
Each question
wheel.
is 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question, but there is stealing available in round number 2. If you're not sure of what the answer is, you can ask us multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. And I will remind the teams you are allowed to collaborate with your teammate for the duration of round number 2. It's a combined test of knowledge. And I'll remind everybody out there watching that a wheel slice for today's match was sponsored by one of our movie trivia Schmoedown patrons. The
Is
sponsored
it James
wheel
Bond?
slice for today's match is Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise movies.
All right.
If that wedge is spun, we will say the name of that patron. For more info, go to the movie trivia.
How many
Schmoedown
times has
Patreon.
Tom Cruise jumped off of
You.
shit in a
Back to
film
you,
named
Cable.
Mission
Remember,
Impossible?
15 seconds. to the
I've lost
question,
count.
and
40
also,
47
right now,
times.
the JTE rules. Crimson Fury, they have 1 left. Late to the party.
If you know what that's a reference
Burning
to,
for 2 in
go
round
on.
number 1.
Yeah, and both teams have.
Kane
not
McMillan
used-
knows what you're referencing.
Yes,
Yes.
he does.
So, all right, with that, Crimson
And he now
Fury,
wants to kill you.
because they have
He totally does.
Stacey Howard will be able to choose whether or not you want to go first or second.
We're gonna go first.
All right, Tim. I know you haven't been at this for a while. Spin by the wheel, not the pegs.
And Franco going to go up.
By the wheel, not the pegs.
Flex some muscle here.
The
Crimson
wheel,
Fury.
not
He's not
the
sporting red hair
No, but he does have a corruption shirt on.
And so Crimson Fury, Crimson Tide, great movie. Crimson Peak, not so much.
And family films.
Tim, you were my friend.
Stacey's not feeling great about it.
We talked about Wizard of Oz together.
How does Tim feel about it? Tim feels iffy also.
Charlie Brown was
They
it?
want to spin again. They're going to spin again.
This is the thing about teams, new teams, Christian, is you're still feeling each other's strengths out.
Yeah, that's right.
Late to the party, they know how complementary
Great point, Mark.
their knowledge is.
No, it's a great point.
Psst, by the way,
Look at
Tim,
this might be big though.
hit us up on Twitter. We'd love to have you on our show. Oh my God.
Spin by the tank.
The mulligan pays off
What
for
are they
Crimson
gonna,
Fury.
What are they going to take?
Damn.
They're going to confer, and if you think about
The luck is on Stacy's side today.
And you've chosen what?
Bond.
Bond.
Yes! Yes!
You want to change?
Well,
why don't you
I'm
take
taking this
match
round
first?
off.
I'll take it.
James Bond. James Bond.
James Bond movies.
Pulling a Mike Kalinowski here. James. All right, so
The famous spy who
Yeah, I got
has
it.
syphilis. Christian, you'll be asking the question. James Bond.
All right, here we go. James Bond. With 6 questions on James Bond. Here we go. Starting out with the first one. Who sang the
Apologies
title
to
song
anyone with
for
earphones
James
who
Bond
just heard
film?
the sound Chris made.
I don't know.
Tom Jones.
Correct for 2 points.
Oh.
Yes.
Not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Number 2. Here's your second one. Which villain responded to Bond with "No, Mr. Bond"?
Goldfinger.
I expect you to
Auric
talk."
Goldfinger.
James was asked if he was expected to talk.
Auric Goldfinger.
No,
Correct.
Mr. Bond.
That is correct.
Great last name.
All right. Number
Great
3.
movie.
Number 3.
Eh,
Who plays
song.
Scaramanga, the assassin hired to kill James Bond in The Man with the
Shit.
Golden Gun.
Christopher Lee.
Oh,
Two
yes.
more
that's
points.
Christopher Lee.
Count Dooku in a Jimmy Bond movie.
All right, here's your next question. You'll have 20 seconds for this one. How many James Bond movies have won the Oscar for Best Original Song?
2.
20 seconds.
I like that question.
Skyfall and Writings on the Wall.
I think it's 3.
I'm going to say 2.
Correct.
Wow.
Ah.
Look at it.
Yeah, but
The Writings on the Wall and Skyfall.
Yes, sir.
You got him right.
Yeah.
All right.
No
The Writings on the
Bond
Wall
movies
does not
before
deserve
that.
it.
No, it doesn't.
All right, here we go.
I don't really know.
Here's question 5.
Yeah, I'm doing great, guys.
Question 5. Question 5. In The World Is Not Enough, Bond seeks out Valentin Zukovsky, a former Russian mafia boss,
Robbie
information. What
Robbie
British
Coltrane.
character
There you
actor
go.
and Harry Potter vet played Valentin?
Valentin Dmitrovich Tchaikovsky.
Haggard himself,
I
Robbie
gave him
Coltrane.
Lynn.
That's correct.
They are
Also-
just running ramshackle through this category.
Yeah,
Stacey
it's
Howard
really
knows
fucked
how to
up.
manage
This is
a
the
team,
problem.
and Tim Franco knows him some Bond.
Well, this is it. We're going to see what happens here. In the 2002 film, Die Another Day, James Bond spends
North
14
Korea.
months as a prisoner. In which country?
North Korea.
Correct for 2 more points. That's a perfect round. Perfect round.
Ooh. Ooh, boy.
23-11, so late
on.
to the party. He's going to have to climb back, hopefully hit something that they are happy with here, because 23-11. James, and they're doing it together.
Bless you.
I really like
Hey,
it.
yeah.
I
Wayne
really
and
like
Garth
it.
kind of
Can
shocked.
they do it together?
They do it together.
They might need it.
Bless you.
I like that.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
Wheel of morality.
Turn.
Spin here,
They're
Vanessa.
not worthy.
Goes around. It's going around.
They're
All
not
right.
worthy.
It's going around.
It's a good spinning Christian. It's not like they don't have strings out here in the category.
Oh,
No,
crap.
no.
Bond.
You
Hey,
have two
Bond.
more
Doesn't
spins.
count.
Two more
Can they do
spins.
that?
Doesn't
Oh,
count.
they get a freebie.
Here we go.
They get an extra freebie.
Here's a
Okay.
Christian, they're looking
That-
for something like maybe a
That
Disney
scared.
movies,
That scared me.
maybe
That
a
was
Spielberg
close.
or a comedy.
Well, what is that? Video game movie.
Video
Game
game.
films. A fairly recent
Eh.
category.
Video games.
To be fair, it hasn't been asked ever, so there might be easy questions.
It
Are
looks
they
like
going to go with it?
it looks
Yeah,
like
but-
they're gonna.
We're feeling
There are going to be some movies.
Wow.
There are going to be
They'll
some
take
movies
it,
in there
yeah.
that you probably haven't thought about.
All right. In
Well,
the
to be
world
fair,
of
this-
video
this
game
question-
films.
This category never
Your question.
gets asked, so
First of 6 in the slate. Who stars as the gun for hire known only as Agent 47 in
Timothy
2007's
Olyphant.
Hitman?
oh really?
Timothy Oliphant.
Give him 2 points.
Fighting back.
He was good. The movie stunk.
All right, your next question.
Who was better
you find
in
yourself trailing now
Live
by
Free or
10.
Die Hard? Came out
Mike
in the same
Newell
year.
directed what
Yes.
film based on a video game starring Jake Gyllenhaal?
Prince of Persia, Sands of Time.
The Prince of Persia.
It was, in fact, Prince of Persia. For 2 more points.
All right. Paying off so
In
far.
1995's Oscar-winning classic Mortal Kombat, after defeating what character did Johnny Cage leave an autographed photo in which he wrote, "To my greatest fan"?
He defeated
That
Goro.
is
Yeah.
incorrect for a big 2-point
No.
steal here.
Is it the black guy? What's his name?
Scorpion?
That's a huge 2 points.
Wow. That might
So
be
now,
that might be the
really
game.
needs to rebound and get some of these.
Unfortunately.
Momentum, and it kind of hurt him there.
Their last 3 questions as we meet the halfway point in their round 2. Who plays Monarch, the eccentric, wealthy DJ who invites elite drivers to a winner-take-all race in 2014's Need for Speed?
Okay, so Aaron Paul is the main guy, but who's the villain?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options. Is it A, Jeff Bridges, B, Dominic Cooper, C, Michael Keaton, or D, Rami Malek?
Dominic Cooper.
Five.
Dominic Cooper.
That is incorrect for another steal this time.
Oh,
For the
no.
point, your options are Jeff Bridges, Dominic Cooper, Michael Keaton, or
Rami Malek.
5, 4.
I feel like it's Keaton.
We'll say Rami Malek.
Looking for Beetlejuice himself, Michael
Oh.
Keaton.
Huh?
And the point falls by the wayside.
Yay!
2 questions left. Late to the party. Your penultimate question.
They need
Paul
these.
W.S. Anderson
Mm.
has directed how many installments of the Resident Evil franchise?
20 seconds.
Directed.
He's done all of them.
So 5?
Resident Evil, Extinction, Salvation, or not Salvation, whatever the fuck the name of the second one was.
Can you repeat the question?
Damnation.
Certainly can. First one. Paul W.S. Anderson has directed how many installments of the Resident Evil franchise?
I swear it's 5.
Dude,
If he directed all of them, it's 5, I think.
something like
Multiple
that.
choice.
Is it A1,
Yeah,
B3,
it's not
it's
gonna
five.
help that much.
Oh, never mind.
3, 4, 6.
Oh.
4.
They get a point,
All right, they got.
and they
They got
have
it.
pulled it within single digits.
Big.
They trail by 9. Your last question in the world of video game movies.
They need to hit it though.
In 2008's neo-noir Max Payne, who stars alongside Mark Wahlberg as Mona Sachs, a woman trying to solve her sister's murder?
Mila Kunis.
That's a big 2-point get.
All right.
So now late to the party, they find themselves trailing by 7, but Christian, they could have been in a lot more dire straits.
No, they got themselves out of that for sure. But that you said it earlier. That 2-point steal was huge. But with that, Crimson Fury sees himself with 7
White.
points. As we get into the round 3, they are going to try to beat their friend, I guess, Tim Franco and Stacey Howard as they get into this round. Mark, how's that work?
Round number 3. Each team is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from
They
1
need
to
at least
20,
a 5.
and the total of numbers we need from each team
And
is
one of the
3.
others.
Each number corresponds to a different category of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how up here at the answer desk. The first question's worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3. Your last one's worth 5. Because this is the team format, once we give you the category for your 2-point question, the team will have to decide amongst themselves which teammate is going to answer that question individually. You may not consult with your teammate for the 2 or the 3-point question, which will be answered by the opposite teammate. You may only collaborate with one another for the 5-point question. There is no stealing, and there's no penalty for missing a question in round number 3. Christian, this will determine the match.
Yes. All right, let's start with Crimson Fury, who sees himself with a big lead here. 3 numbers from 1 to 20.
16, 20.
10, 16, and 20. All right, and now for late to the party.
10, 16, 20.
Can't do that.
Denied.
Sustained.
11 and 9.
I like it.
I like it. Very clever. I like it. 7, 11,
You
and
guys
9.
are cute. So cute.
7,
Really
11,
cute.
and 9. All right, we're going to start.
7,
with
11,
the party.
okay.
We started with number 7. They have 2 JTE rules left. Starting out with biopics. Who's going to take biopics?
I'll take it.
All right. Who played the lead, Idi Amin, in 2006, The Last King of Scotland?
Forrest Whitaker.
I was so blanking on his name. But yeah, him.
That's correct for 2 points. All right, it's going to bounce now to Vanessa.
You won the Oscar for
Vanessa
that
now
movie.
has to hit
He did?
the next question, which is number 11. That's Oscar movie.
And if you said no,
Oscar
then
movie.
I could say, lies!
Deceptions!
Who won the 1981 Best Oscar?
Best actor.
Sorry. Who won the 1981 Best Actor Oscar after putting on 60 pounds to play the role?
Oh.
The film came out in 1980. Yes.
Oh, it's not Christian Bale.
Who's the guy from My Left Foot?
Yep, second one.
No. Lionel Left Foot was 89.
1981 Best Actor Oscar.
And that was Daniel Day-Lewis.
After putting on 60 pounds to play the role.
Damn.
5.
I can't remember.
3, 2.
Marlon Brando.
Correct for Robert De Niro.
Robert
De
D,
Niro.
Raging
Raging Bull, that's
Waits
right.
till the party finds themselves
Right.
in a do or die
Damn
match
it.
with their 5-pointer. If they hit it, they tie the
Bobby
game.
D, you let me down.
They tie the game. However, if they miss it, Crimson Fury will find themselves with a TKO victory.
TKO.
Victory for corruption with this question here. All right. Number 9. Number 9.
9?
Famous actors and actresses.
8.
Lucille
Zoobily zoo.
became famous as
No.
a classic Hollywood
Dare you.
actress.
Do you know it, Chris? Or
5, 4,
Marilyn Monroe?
No, that was Norma Jean.
Lucille Lesueur became famous as what classic Hollywood actress?
beats me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gloria Swanson?
And
TKO.
by way of technical knockout, Tim the Pain Franco, Sassy Stacy Howard, Crimson Fury.
And Crimson Fury takes it. Joan Crawford looking for
Oh.
Joan.
Oh.
Whose name was originally Lucille
Huh.
Lesueur. But
Yeah.
look at Crimson Fury, a new team, Christian, and a new force to be reckoned with on the circuit.
Tim Franco, the new crown jewel of corruption. We had another Arizona.
Lucille Lesueur sounds like a cool name, though. I don't know why you would drop that for something as average as Joan Crawford. But
Well,
Because
okay.
it's French.
Plus, Nico, consider the 30s.
Fair point.
Jen Sturger is the best at getting some of this information out of these.
She's got a lot to unpack here.
Oh man, like what is late to the party thinking right now? Could they believe it? So I want to hear from Jen Sturger, as you do too. Here we go. Let's get to that.
We got $5,000. We got $5,000.
All right.
Guys, I don't even think you made gas money out there, let alone $5,000.
Ouch.
Okay.
Burn.
Where do we start with that? First of all, I really thought video games was going to work out for you guys because we haven't really seen that category a lot. So we're surprised at the difficulty of those questions.
Well, the category itself didn't scare us because it hasn't been in the Schmoedown that much. So we figured a little Mario here and there, possibly a Tomb Raider. But yeah, it went a little deeper. And I feel like we did okay with a category that hasn't
And
been
that's what
seen
I
as
was
much.
thinking.
But at the same
Movies
time,
you weren't expecting.
we learned our lesson from spinning
Yeah,
away
that's
from
true.
something that we kind of know and possibly ending up with something that we don't know at all or opponent's choice.
And I mean, that whole match aside, though, I think the bigger story here is we got to talk about Frank. I mean, we have to talk about Tim Franco. Like, what was going through your head
Who's
when
Frank?
you saw that he was Stacy's partner?
Franco.
A lot was
Yeah,
going through
she
our
was
head.
thinking.
He
I
was
know,
friend,
I'm
and
making
he
a
came with
joke.
us to the Schmoedown, and he
Were
betrayed
you?
us. We brought
Yes.
him here. Christian found him because he was doing our reactions, and now he's betrayed us and destroyed us.
Yeah, I mean, Sphincter Boy is just like Alan, who ditched us for Encino Man
Sphincter
after our first film.
I don't
and
know.
he just ran off for something better. Brendan Fraser, corruption. I know Brendan Fraser and Ken Knapsack, very synonymous. But very upset
Ouch.
that he did this to us. Shocked, betrayed. It is awful. And throwing that at us at the same time of having to compete in front of all you beautiful people, it definitely was against us in this
thank you. I am beautiful.
I mean, that's just
Says
what
the guy wearing a
corruption
bro
does, though.
top.
They come in, they create
I was
chaos
mowing the
and
lawn.
anarchy, and
I'm not
those
going to
two
wear a
bands are not
three-piece
playing
suit
at Main
outside
Stock,
mowing the
so
lawn.
I'm sorry, guys.
Well, I'm
But
sorry that you're just not as
all
cool
that
as me,
aside
Nico.
from
It's
this wonderful gimmick you guys cooked up for us, you guys have to be feeling pretty bad. You have a long drive back to Arizona. Like, what are you going to do? How does Late to the Party
So does
bounce back
Chance.
from this?
Oh,
He probably carpooled with them.
We bounced back because guess
Probably.
what? It's not the first time we
Probably.
took that long road home after a loss. We will take that road back to come back and take down corruption, or it doesn't matter what stable they cook up or put together, because we're just here to party. And we're going to keep partying, and we're going to bring the party to
Party
the
on,
Schmoedown,
bruh.
whether it's late, on time, or even ahead of schedule. But we will always party in the Schmoedown.
But probably late.
Sorry, Christian, we're running out of the room here.
What the hell is happening, man?
Mike, it worked. It worked.
This is not what we talked about. We were building a faction. We've been friends for years, and you came in and betrayed us. I mean, we did Late to the Party together, and you can't.
Sweet Boy Scout, you got a long way to go. Why don't you just go start hitchhiking right now, okay? We're talking. Mommy and Daddy are talking, baby.
These are the friends you've chosen.
Rude.
The douchebaggery is very apparent here.
Wow. Okay. We're running out of room here, guys. So maybe stop, adding people to your faction. It's getting a little crazy right now. Congratulations, Stacy.
Thank you.
Being back in the win column. It's got to feel pretty good. And to finally be able to show
Chris,
the
what
world
are
who
you
your
doing?
partner is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
The shit rats.
I have to ask,
Oh.
what made you decide to join corruption?
Jokes
I don't know why, though,
are fun.
but okay.
Costumes are fun.
because they're
But
evil.
as everyone saw in my last performance, I'm here to
But
win.
they're cool.
And they
So
should be
it's time to set aside the
destroyed.
jokes and win. And that's what I came here to do. Corruption wants to win. I'm
The
a
league
winner.
needs
Let's go.
heels.
Yeah. I've had a feeling for months that when me and Tim finally competed together, that we were going to
Tim
get
and
Yeah, but when they
winner's
all
choice.
get
And I was gonna
together-
give
Tim
him
and
his
I.
moment to shine. We'll give him his favorite category.
When all the
or
heels
really
get
good
together,
fight.
I know
it's-
English better than all
A
Americans.
perfect round. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I had a really good first round. We
Sometimes I do, though.
dominated today, okay?
Have you read your
First rounds.
script?
Not to mention, I just feel like you guys have pretty complimentary,
I always go
strengths
back and
when
fix
it
it,
comes
though.
to your play. So
Buddy right here.
That's the
We
idea of
good.
making a partner.
We good.
Right.
You want to compliment each other.
Yeah.
absolutely. And so kudos to whoever one of you masterminds put that together. I feel like it had to be on this side of the stage.
Well, to keep it with their little Wade's World skit there, the man in the back said everyone attack. It'll turn to a ballroom blitz, and the girl in the corner said, oh boy, we want to warn you, it'll turn to a ballroom blitz. You see, you got your little fun and games, and you take your road
Damn.
trips out on the 10 freeway from Arizona, and you stop in Brawley to speak to the mayor of Brawley, and you go to EG's and the gas stations, and you have fun. We're friends on the road, competing in the Schmoedown. You lost, and you keep losing. You reached
That
out to
needs to
Tim
be
and
a
said,
sub
"Do you
on Uncle
wanna
Otter
have
Live."
fun, or do you want to put your name in the history books as
Right
a
next to, oh shit, the dog got the
choice.
bacon.
Yes.
All right, guys. So after having your first win, who do you want next?
It's a tough,
Yeah,
a
we
tough
haven't
question.
come to that decision yet, but I mean, I think people are going to be running away from us, so we're going to have to force it upon someone, I think.
There's so many losers in the league now. We're just going to have, easy pickings, so.
I'm sure Grace will come up with someone.
Yeah, I mean, Jen, look, I said to Janine, I said to Jay, I've been talking about this for a long time, and did I or did I not deliver? And they absolutely dominated like we knew they would. So whatever's next, we're going to keep dominating.
All right, we're good here.
The family.
Back to you guys.
You going to catch an Uber home, or?
Late to the party,
Not bad.
crashing
Thank you.
Crimson Fury's interview after their own and confronting their friend, obviously.
That way the
and
heels
he
destroy
was
each other.
knocking them off the set.
That would be nice.
It was heartbreaking to see.
No, it would not.
Brought Tim Franco into this league.
Yeah, I think they drove him to
Heels are nice, but every time they get together and form a stable, it just sucks the energy right out of the room.
They come together.
Right
Classic
now.
tactic to get under
Over
your skin
Grace.
right before a match. So late to the party, they're preparing a great intro. They have
That's
their
really
mindset.
wrong.
They have some slice on the wheel.
Really
They're
wrong.
about possibly
If you
spinning,
think
and then
about
you
it
have to
for
deal
2
with this
seconds.
the last second before questions start getting asked. It's a lot to
It's
take.
just like Captain America at the end of Endgame. Just don't think about it, and it's fine.
We got one. And now with that,
Fair enough.
puts themselves inside of this crazy team division that we already have. That's one more team for Emma Fife to see potentially rise up the ranks here too. Unreal, Mark. Absolutely unreal. And we are excited to see what you guys thought. Go ahead and comment. Did you think it was going to be the Tank? Did you think Tim Franco was going to be the one that did it? Did you think that he
Fuck no.
I had no clue that was...
I gave you 3 names, and Tim Franco was none of them.
And when you look at Crimson Fury now as a team, I don't think we've seen the.
I went far into left field for Alicia Malone, and they went even farther into the stands to get Tim Franco.
To be completely honest, I thought he had been removed from the league, but okay, glad to know I was proven wrong.
You were wrong!
I was.
Without having to answer a question in round number 3. That's impressive.
It was impressive, and you see that swagger back by Stacy now, too. She had that rough match against Janine, but she's back. She played very well in that first round, and now she is super excited to get that win under her belt. It looks like Corruption made the right call by bringing
some
the
words
Tank
for you
in
when
here,
this is
too.
all over.
But we are now
going
to just see what this team can do. Mark, thank you so much for obviously for being here and doing everything that you do.
I actually live at the studio.
You do. And you guys,
right there.
Please make sure if you're not already joined with Patreon, please do that. That helps us get on the road.
Well, when he's not working on his stand-up.
All these wonderful thank you guys for everything that
Yes,
you've done
fair
and
enough.
for us. Join the Facebook group. Go on
Love
over
it.
there. You can download us on audio.
Download us,
Everything you wanna do to get this show, you can.
Danielson.
Thank you so much for Mark
What? Wait, oh, what's this?
Do it. Oh no, man!
Oh?
I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm out of here.
I mean, you're done.
The people here are monsters, man. Like, I don't know how anyone's supposed to make it in this league. Like,
Why do you care about the people? Are you here for the people or are you here for yourself?
dude, they booed me on my birthday.
Who cares? Are you here to win fans or are you here to win matches and titles?
I'm here for a belt, but I don't think it's gonna happen at this point. Not with the way.
If you want to win, I think I know a guy. It's me. Come
Oh.
on.
Yeah?
I mean, if you want to.
Oh! What's going on with you two? Be like hanging out in alleys? You know they got a conference room in there. We're out here. Yeah, but I was making a call. Point is,
What do you hear?
I hear y'all yelling, arguing. Truth is, I can get things done in this league, okay? Nobody else has any class except for me. I can get things done. And I like you guys.
Oh.
Don't give a shit about nothing, obviously. You dress like the Mortal Kombat outfit, I like that. Dude, you're just pissed off. And weird. I can use that. So what I'm willing to do, first of all, you know who I am, right? Kaiser, I managed to smash her, the next IG champion.
What can you do for us?
Maybe I can get your match.
You can get us a match.
Make this a reaction, please.
Please.
The dungeon
Look at this guy. What
is forming.
deal? Where did
This
this guy
guy's deal
come
is
from?
he's going to get us a match.
Where did he come from, though?
He came from in there where he can get us a
All right,
match.
listen, let me tell you something. I just might be willing to hip pocket you two knuckleheads. What does that mean? What it means is I'd be willing to give you a tryout. Okay? Maybe I get you a match, train you a little bit, see how it goes. Hip pocket. I ain't signing you. I'm just taking a shot on you.
A match is a match. Do you want to play or do you want to whine and kick?
I want to win. Are we going to win? You think about it. Give me a call. Are we going to win?
Do you want to win?
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
All right, let's do this.
Nice.
Oh!
That is awesome. That is legit
I love
awesome.
this. I
Holy
love it
shit.
so much.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Like that's just like that was the thing that I didn't know I needed up until I saw it.
Okay.
That will have a powerhouse team with a powerhouse inner geekdom player and a powerhouse singles player in Paul. Damn.
Yeah.
That will be a faction.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that. Anyway, good match. Crimson Fury, that lived up to everything. Tim Franco, he is really good. Stacy is good. We knew that, and unfortunately, late to the party they had bad luck. It happens.
It happens. All the great teams hit bad luck at some point, and it happened. And hell, like I said, it happened the last time that late to the party was competing against Wolves of Steel, and Wolves of Steel had a perfect round 2, and late to the party got Leo DiCaprio, and the questions that they got were just brutal, and same thing happened here. So, yeah. I'm sorry, Rob. I'm sorry, Vanessa.
We like you guys, but wasn't their day.
No.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to whoever Crimson Fury faces next, because that seems like a big team that can get far in the league. So, Nico, what are your thoughts?
I'm just trying to write down all the factions that currently exist and might soon exist after what we just saw there, because I know how Christian's mind works. I know we're getting a lot more wrestling stuff influenced into here. We already saw that with we're having a match coming up soon in a wrestling arena. We have Sam and Emma, the battling commissioners. We have the new Attitude Era-esque belts. We're doing a lot more real life incorporation with the slap, which you guys have both made it very clear that you were not fond of, but still. And now we have like more and more factions growing to the point that it makes me wonder: are we going to get a Survivor Series style thing towards the end of the season, or possibly something Brooklyn Vale created, the Game of Factions match, if that can somehow be adapted into the Schmoedown format? But getting down to the basics of what we saw here, this is the second time that Grace Hancock has stolen someone beloved right out from under our noses and brought them onto the faction that she was a part of. She did that with Ken when he was supposed to be the ultimate face of good, the ultimate face of good, and then she just steals him onto what was the Lion's Den at the time. Now she's a co-manager of corruption, and she takes Tim Franco from late to the party and puts him in a match against the people he just betrayed. Like, not only is she a master of taking good players, but she's a master of stealing them and then using them against the people she just stabbed right in the heart. So, like, she knows how to add insult to injury, and that's something to be applauded, but also really, really despised for.
Oh, yeah.
The match itself, Stacy was just on her A game today, and it took Tim a little. Tim started off strong, then had a bit of a rocky second half of the first round, and then once they spun Spinner's Choice, that's when the groove really started to kick in for Tim and Stacy.
Yay for James Bond.
They just blew it out of the water to the point that late to the party they couldn't catch up. I knew video games that while yes, it is a wheel slice that hasn't been spun at all to this point. Still, though, there are a lot of movies that you forget, those were video games, and those video games were made into movies. So it's like there's a lot to think about there. And if you're not thinking about it, it's going to trip you up. And that's essentially what happened there. But finally, let's not bury the lead. Paul Oyama, Eric Zipper. They're going to see if they can make something happen together. Kaiser, he's been great to he and Kevin have been great to us all, and we know what Kaiser can do for a person's career. Like, he knows how to elevate it to the next level in terms of gameplay, and then get them the publicity they need to showcase their skills. And Zipper is in need of a change, and Paul Oyama, he's a little limited to what he can do because of the travel that he has to do. But having Kaiser there will keep him relevant in the long run. And so it's just a matter of, like, how is that trial match going to work out? Who are they going to play? I'm hopeful it's not Janine and Ethan, because then I have to root against them, and I kind of want to root for Paul and Eric at this point. But again, if it's my team of the time machine, then I'm going to have to root against Paul and Eric, and I don't want to do that.
Fair enough. I don't have anything else to add, really. Chris, do you have anything to say?
outside of holy shit, and holy shit. Now, if anybody for Paul to team up with, I'm surprised that Zipper is who they're looking towards, but I'm very curious to see where that's going to go. And of course, with Kaiser as the manager, like, this is actually another faction that I would be excited to see, because it's going to have the right blend of jackass and fun people. So,
but they are heels. It is a heel faction.
Technically.
No, I would call that a tweener. I would call that a tweener faction, because Smets, his character is not really established as a face or heel. It's just the guy who comes to destroy things. And Kaiser, he's a mouth, but he backs it up well with the clientele he puts in his stable. Paul, he's cocky. Eric, he's somewhat humble, but he's also easily pissed off. So there's a lot of emotional range to this faction of the dungeon that might be forming here. They can be, because that way, having a tweener faction, you can put them against anybody and it will work for the story.
Yes, and that's why I'm looking forward to it, because this way they might get a little more airtime. And who knows, maybe kind of like what back in like season 3 they were trying to do with Team Heroes, where Schnepp, Campia, and Burnett would sort of,
freebird it. They would freebird it.
So who knows? Maybe that's what they do with this new team. And maybe if there's a match where Zipper can't come in, then in comes Kevin. Or Paul, same thing. And I think I'd be really interested to see how that goes. But I do want to say one thing, if I may.
Oh, boy. There we go.
Oh, dear.
Tim, you didn't just betray them. You betrayed every fan who loved you from day one.
I still like him.
How dare you, sir? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should rethink your life decisions. Because these people, they will use you only for your power. And when they have what they want, they'll destroy you. And you know it. Think carefully on your choices.
Okay, so after that, guys, we're just going to wrap up this video now, because I am getting really tired. So please, leave a like, a comment on anything you saw in this video. It was crazy. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And Chris, where can people find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Dome. You guys can follow this fair channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. Please like our Facebook page. Stay tuned for later this week. We have new episodes of the Who Cares Anyway podcast, as well as Down Tune Dissection, the new metal podcast that Ryan McClellan hosts. And he and I will be breaking down the new album from Whitechapel. Should be interesting.
Yes. And Nico, plug yourself.
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli. That's NicoSuaveRegoli, or just Discord at Nico Suave. You can find me over on Multiplex Entertainment. That's the name of the Facebook group, and the YouTube channel. The Twitter is at MultiplexYT. The Instagram is Multiplex Entertainment Network, and tpublic.com/user/multiplex. Buy us some shirts and check out myself and Zaddy Smith every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Crisis on Earthplex. Combat Wrestling Trivia is the name of the Facebook group. Combat Wrestling Network is the name of the YouTube channel. The poorly made Twitter handle is at Combat Wrestling, the number 2. There is no letter G. If you like wrestling, if you like wrestling trivia, come find us over there and tune into Adonis Nazario and James Berryman III's weekly discussion show. Also on Wednesdays in the afternoon, the Raw and SmackDown breakdown. If you're still watching Raw and SmackDown, because it's been shit as of late. So, and let's see here. Rolling Crits coming out soon on Twitch. Stay tuned for that. And finally, right here on D2A channel, in all the places. Chris just said, Case will say. I don't know. I'm off my game today.
It's okay. Anyway, guys, you can find me hosting Game of Thrones reviews every week up until season 8 is finished. Of course, the most recent episode went up yesterday, and the next episode next week. So look out for that. Last week we had a very interesting discussion about Avengers Endgame on the Who Cares Anyway podcast. So check that out. It's a long one, but it's worth it. And this week, I think we're going to talk Lord of the Rings in honor of Tolkien. That's not entirely confirmed, but hopefully, because I'm excited. I would be excited for that, of course. You can find me also on Twitter at Dutch Movie Guy, on Facebook and Letterboxd, Kees Cornelissen, sometimes competing over at Multiplex, and also my next match in Full Metal Geek is coming up against Kane McMillan, a guy that I faced once in a non-geek league in teams. So yeah, I know him. I should beat him. So look out for that in Full Metal Trivia. With that said, guys, we'll see you at the next video. Take care.
Happy birthday to me.
And Mandy Moore.